This week will mark the beginning of sudden and unexpected changes in your life. You, my gorgeous Leonie, will need to review your options really carefully. And this in itself, it's actually a really good thing. As long as you are following your instincts, as long as you are following your intuition, by you following your instincts and by you following your intuition, when it comes to, you realizing that you need to kind of review your options really carefully, you cannot be led astray whatsoever. Because what are you going to realize? You're going to realize that there are certain events which are going to require your immediate action. So that's why I'm telling you that this is going to be really important, because on one hand, in general, this is going to help you to stay focused, with things you want to do. But then on another hand, you are gonna really find yourself on this really powerful path where you are gonna be able to do something you're so passionate about. And let me tell you, my gorgeous Leonie, that when it comes to the numerology and when it comes to this week, your number is number 13. This is a very 1-3. This is a very powerful number, and it means that one phase of your life has come to an end, and another phase of your life it's about to begin. This is the week where your life is going to start transforming itself, and you will like this so much. Because it's a lot to do with things, in general, you have been working very hard towards, but very often you didn't see or you didn't have an outcome you wanted. What you also need to understand, when it comes to number 13, it's indicating the fact that what are you gonna do and what's gonna happen this week, it's going to lead towards you being successful. A whole new door are about to open, and by the end of this week, my gorgeous Leonie, you will be able to realize how much and how quickly your life is actually going to change. By the time you get to in the first part of this week, just remember it's going to be sudden and unexpected changes, and you need to indeed review your options really carefully, because you are going to realize that there are certain events which are going to require your immediate action, okay? By the time you get to the midweek, this is so exciting, my gorgeous Leonie, like, oh my God. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, you are going to have such a brilliant reward. You are going to have such a brilliant achievement, such a brilliant accomplishment. You are gonna feel so happy. You're gonna realize how clever you are. You're gonna realize how smart you are. Honestly, how I see this, like you being so proud of yourself. And you are also gonna have this moment like, oh my God, finally, hallelujah, baby. Things are looking up for me. That's how you're gonna feel. There is a big reward you are going to have at around the mid of this week. And yes, of course, this is to do with your life and is to do with success in general. But on a personal level, wow, your spirit is going to pick up. Your energy is going to change. And that's why you are going to have absolutely a brilliant idea as well at around that particular time. So it's not only about you having this brilliant achievement, it's not only about you having this brilliant success, my gorgeous Leonie, but at the same time you are going to have this amazing idea. And when it comes to this amazing idea, you will know what this is. You will know what this idea is. You know how? Because it's gonna be connected to this achievement, to this success, So you're gonna have this brilliant idea. Oh my God, now I will do blah 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 this. And this is something that I need you to understand. You need to talk about this idea. You need to talk about this idea for a while, to the certain people in your life, who you get on with, to the certain people in your life who you trust, to the certain people in your life who normally inspire you, perhaps, if this is the energy you need, if this is the energy do you find you may find beneficial. It really depends. But the bottom line is, once you have this brilliant idea, I really need you to talk about it as much as you can, because the more you talk about this idea, the more you are going to realize about this idea. This is the beginning of something massive. This is the beginning of something major. And this idea, yes, it's going to be brilliant, but it's going to take just a little while until you realize, that there is so much more to this idea. But it's only going to come to you, after the certain period of time, which is not going to be that long. It could be within the next few days. It could be within the next couple of weeks. It could be within the next 3 weeks. It doesn't really matter. But an end result, it's going to be not completely different than this idea, but there is so much that's missing at this moment in time. And later on, you will see exactly what I mean. So when it comes to this idea, you need to talk about it as much as you can, and you will see how certain things are going to come to you, as long as you open yourself to it. And very often, when we find ourselves in the right moment, at the right time, we say certain things and we do certain things we don't normally do. But this only happens once we tap into this specific energy, like a slightly different dimension, which takes us a little bit further. And this is exactly what happens when we are talking about something we are so passionate about over and over again. Maybe to the same person, maybe to the different people, it doesn't matter. But an end result is gonna be like absolutely not completely different, but you will see exactly what I mean. So I need you to talk about it for a while and you will see. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Leone, oh my God, I can see you like chilling out. I can see you relaxing. I can see you having some kind of meditation. And don't get me wrong, you may not meditate. Do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, you may not meditate. Like maybe you do meditate every now and then. Maybe your form of meditation is, for example, when you're just chilling out on the bed and you're relaxing every part of your body. Or maybe when you meditate and relax, when you're relaxing, you meditate in general, as I said before. Maybe your form of meditation is like you spending some time in nature or whatever. So I suppose you're going to meditate in a certain way, but it's more about you also like kind of being in this really relaxed state of mind. So you could be just chilling out on your bed. You could just be sitting down on your sofa and having like a really nice little spiritual moment. Maybe you're just going to wake up in the morning, and I said so many times, when we wake up in the morning, the very first few 10 minutes, we are still a kind of a part of a slightly different dimension. We understand more and we understand things from a different angle, on a different level. And very often, as soon as we wake up, we sometimes feel really adamant to do certain things just out of the blue. It's not really out of the blue, but while we are sleeping, we are traveling, all the time. We are doing things while we are sleeping. We are like having astral projections, for example, but we don't necessarily remember. But what we remember at the end, as an end result, is when we wake up in the morning, there's certain things on our mind, like certain ideas, certain realizations that we want to do. And this is the direct result of us kind of traveling while we are sleeping, for example. But the bottom line is, my gorgeous Leone, that at around the end of this week, you will find yourself chilling out, like relaxing, and then suddenly, it doesn't matter how it's going to happen. You see what I mean? And then suddenly, you are going to have this insight, okay? You are going to have this insight. And this insight, it's really gonna blow you away. It's gonna surprise you. And it's gonna just come to you as a realization, which kind of a decision Which important decision do you need to kind of allow yourself more time before you actually make this decision? You will realize that a certain decision that you wanted to make, it's going to need a little bit more time. And this is going to be actually really important. This is going to be really important because also at the same time there is something missing when it comes to this particular decision. And that's why by the time you make this particular decision, there are going to be so many different elements. There are going to be few different things that are actually going to happen to you. And it's not like you're going to change this decision completely, but there is going to be a major change which is going to be connected to this particular decision you wanted to make, you were thinking about making. And I really hope this makes sense to you, my gorgeous Leonie, because this is really important. This decision is to do in general. This decision is to do with your life. This decision is to do something that you have been planning for absolute ages, but it's just like kind of going slower and slower and slower. You know, it has been like kind of something happened within the couple of years and it slowed you down. This in itself is to do with like a really big, massive decision which is going to lead towards this like kind of enormous lifestyle change, for example. But you really need to trust yourself here when it comes to you getting that insight. It's just going to come to you out of the blue, my gorgeous Leonie. This realization, you're going to realize, oh my God, maybe I should kind of like wait a little bit when it comes to this particular decision. You know, that's how you're going to feel. It's just going to come to you suddenly which decision this is. Oh, I need to kind of allow a little bit more time. And you will not even understand yourself like where this is coming from. But this is when your powerful intuition literally takes over. It's important not to ignore this whatsoever. Why? Because you need to go through certain experiences. First of all, there are certain experiences you will go through within the next few weeks, my gorgeous Leonie, and you're going to be grateful to God that you didn't make this particular decision, because it's really a lot to do with the particular experiences you are going to have. This is why this is going to be so important indeed. So now, my gorgeous Leonie, I'm just going to see what is going to be your tarot card of the week. Okay, what is going to be your tarot card of the week, my gorgeous Leonie? Let's just see. Okay, what is going to be your tarot card of the week? Oh my God, surprise, surprise. Look at this. A big victory. Absolutely brilliant. Do you know you're going to feel so victorious, my gorgeous Leonie? You're finally going to start feeling like things are moving forward, you know, in your life. You're suddenly going to have that beautiful breath of fresh air. Do you know, if you know what I mean? From the beginning of this week, you're going to feel really positive. But by the end of this week, you know, you are really going to feel so optimistic. You're going to feel really happy. You're going to feel like full of energy. You're going to feel like things are finally moving on. But most importantly, you know, and I told you this before, you're going to feel so proud of yourself. By the end of this week, a really big victory is coming to you, my gorgeous Leonie. But also at the same time, you know, there is one specific, you see this, absolutely brilliant victory and brilliant achievement. And this is also such a powerful sign that if you do want to, if you were thinking about doing something important, for example, you know, just go for it. Go for it. If you want to do something and then you're like a little bit nervous, or you don't feel confident enough, but you know that you need to do, like when it comes to making certain steps, you know, you really should be doing this when it comes to this particular week. There is something very interesting you are going to find out, my gorgeous Leonie, also when it comes to one particular person in your life. Somebody is going to need your help. Somebody is going to need your help. One particular person, I've seen this before, somebody is doing something that they shouldn't be doing to themselves, themselves. You know, somebody's doing something that they shouldn't be doing, and you are, you know, you already were aware about it, or you've noticed that there's a specific person in your life who is acting a little bit strange. That particular person is going to need your help. Honestly, you're the only one who can help this person. No pressure. It's a lot to do with who you are. You have got a very powerful energy, but it's also to do with a certain experience that you've had a very long time ago. This precious person in your life is going to need your help. And I say that this person is very precious. As just remember, this person is somebody who's very sensitive, but somebody who is very kind of also lots of people can't understand this person. Lots of people don't get on with this person, or lots of people don't understand this person, you know. And lots of people get this person in a wrong way. And it's a lot to do with the way this person express themselves. Lots of people are like, oh my God, maybe finding this a little bit off-putting. It's really a lot to do with people who are not afraid to speak their mind. And sometimes, you know, people are honest, and sometimes maybe people are too honest when it comes to other people. And some people like this and some people don't like this, but I'm just trying to help you to understand who this person is. But that person is going to do something unusual, and I really need you to understand that that person is going to need your help, and it's going to be hard because you will not be too sure how you're going to do this, but there is a really wise person who's going to come forward and who is going to tell you, give you some kind of advice when it comes to this. And another thing I was going to say to you, my gorgeous Leonie, and I've seen this before, really briefly, you really need to be smart. I've seen this before. I don't mean to be like a dark lala. I don't want to sound like a dark lala. But there is something like, you know, legally, you're going to need to start, legally, you're going to need to sort something out. Because you are going to hear a very strange news, very strange information, my gorgeous Leonie. And in terms of legality, you will see that maybe one person or a group of people have been doing something behind your back. So you need to be very smart here, and you need to kind of maybe keep certain things to yourself for now, but go and do kind of seek some kind of a legal advice, because the longer you leave it, the worse it's going to be. Honestly, I see like and I have seen this for a while, my gorgeous Leonie, like somebody's maybe trying to take something away from you, or somebody already tried to take something that belongs to you. And I'm really sorry if this doesn't make sense to you, but it's important to mention, because if you do kind of start something legal, things are going to end up being very, very successful for you as well, indeed. Hello my gorgeous people, just to let you know, I've just started monthly subscriptions, monthly paid subscriptions, and the more people subscribe to this channel, you know, through monthly paid subscriptions, more content I'm going to be able to make. And this is why this is going to be so important. If you would like to subscribe to this channel through this monthly paid subscription in order to help me to keep this channel going, you will see the link is going to be in the description below. And thank you so much, because I will be ever so grateful.